a manual or practical therapeutics in 1865, Pharmacopoeia of India in the 1866, and the two-volume of Bibliotheca Therapeutica in 1878. But as per the record, it was observed that in 1618, for a number of compelling the regions, the College of Physicians published their first pharmacopoeia. And this pharmacopoeia is very popular and well known, the Pharmacopoeia of London's PL. This was a landmark publication, being the first standard list of medicine and their ingredient in England. This is the photographs of the original books obtained from the net, and even 500 years of the medicine. This pharmacopoeia published in 1618. So this is the first official pharmacopoeia, very well known as the PL Pharmacopoeia Londonensis. So this is very important book. After that, this is the second edited book of this pharmacopoeia is the 1699 Edinburgh Pharmacopoeia. This is the official book. So the colonial addendum of the BP in 1898 was published in 900 and appeared as a government of India edited in 901. In 1946, government of India issued one list known as the Indian Pharmacopoeia list, because during the, you can say, independence or before the independence, our government of India also doing lot of work, but before that we are following the BP, यानी कि ब्रिटिश फार्माकोपिया के मुताबिक हमारे यहाँ काम चल रहा था. But the actual process of the publishing of the first pharmacopoeia started in the year 1944 under the chairmanship of Colonel R.N. Chopra. यानी कि हमारी इंडियन फार्माकोपिया की स्टार्टिंग, प्रारंभ, शुरुआत 1944 में हो गई थी अंडर द चेयरमैनशिप ऑफ कर्नल R.N. Chopra. The IP list was first published in the year 1946 and was put फोर्थ फॉर दी अप्रूवल. यानी कि 1944 में पहली आईपी का प्रारंभ कर्नल R.N. चोपड़ा की चेयरमैनशिप में प्रारंभ हो गया. इसकी प्रति, इसकी पहली कॉपी जो अप्रूवल के लिए प्रस्तुत की गई वो 1946 में दी गई. So Sir Ramnath Chopra was an Indian medical services officer and medicine of India. He is considered the father of Indian pharmacology. The committee under the chairmanship of Sir R.N. Chopra along with other 9 members prepared the Indian Pharmacopoeia list under the umbrella of Department of Health, Government of India, Delhi in 1946. In 1948, Government of India appointed an Indian Pharmacopoeia Committee. This is known as the IPC, very popular committee for preparing Pharmacopoeia of India. Tenure of this committee was 5 years fixed by Government of India. So Indian Pharmacopoeia Committee under chairmanship of Dr. V.N. Ghosh published first edition of IP in 1955. यानी कि जो प्रारंभ हुआ था आईपी का, वो अगर आप देखें, हिस्ट्री को देखें, 1944 46 में इसको अप्रूवल के लिए पुट की गई. आफ्टर द लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस और द एडेंडम और अमेंडमेंट, इट कैन बी कम इन द मार्केट. ये जब मार्केट में आई उस समय डॉक्टर बी.एन. घोष की अध्यक्षता में फर्स्ट इंडियन फार्माकोपिया वाज पब्लिश्ड इन 1955. So the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, this is the IPC, is an autonomous institution of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which sets standard for all drugs that are manufactured, sold, consumed in India. The set of standards are published under the title of Indian Pharmacopoeia, which has been modeled over the historical follows from the BP, यानी कि British Pharmacopoeia. The standard that are in effect since 1 December 2010 is the Indian Pharmacopoeia 2010. The Pharmacopoeia 2014 was released by Health Minister Ghulam Nabi Azad on 4th November 2013. So the abbreviation is very important. IP, the abbreviation of Indian Pharmacopoeia, is the familiar to the consumers in Indian subcontinent as a mandatory drug name suffix. Drug name suffix means जो भी हमारे प्रोडक्ट आईपी को फॉलो होते हैं, they are on the level of any cup syrup, of any mixture, of any preparation is follow the IP. उसके टाइटल में एक सफिक्स के रूप में लास्ट में आईपी वर्ड को जोड़ा जाता है. Number of the time person they can ask what is the meaning of these types of the things. But being a pharmacy student, being a pharmacy professional, ये हमारी जिम्मेवारी बनती है. We first know each and everything which are required and which we can apply throughout the system, either on the label, either on the product, or some of the specification. So drugs manufactured in India have to be labeled with the mandatory non-proprietary drug name with the suffix of the IP. In the same way, if the product follow the BP, then suffix included as the PP in the name of the British Pharmacopoeia. If suffix is the USP, it means the product or the system is followed by the United States Pharmacopoeia. So the IPC was formed according to Indian Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 and established by the executive order of the government of India in 1956. So the addition of the IP total till date, government of India published 8 edition of the pharmacopoeias. In time to time, number of the dosage form, number of the monographs, they are the included, which are required as the time to time and which are the established, well established, tested. After that, they can be included. So the first edition, I have already mentioned that IP published in 1955. This is the official gazette under the chairmanship of Dr. B.N. Ghosh, and its supplement in 1960 with the 986. It means 986 monographs included in first edition. In second edition, published in 1966, under the chairmanship of Dr. B. Mukherjee, Shankar S. and supplement was published in 1975 with the monograph of 890. It means 890. And the third edition of IP published in 1985 under the chairmanship of Dr. Nityanand and its addendum in 1989 and 1991 consecutively. Fourth edition of the IP 1966, Dr. Chairman again Nityanandji, and addendum published of this IP in 2000, 2002, 2005, and veterinary supplement released also in 2000. And the fifth edition of the IP, it was published again in the chairmanship of Dr. Nityanand in the 3 volume with the addendum of the 208. And sixth edition of the IP published in 2010 in the 3 volume and addendum with 2012. Seventh edition of IP in 2014 with the 4 volume with DVDs also and addendum 2015, 2016, and 8th edition published in IP 2018 with the 4 volume and addendum of this IP is published in 2019. So I revised of all these Indian pharmacopoeia because being a pharmacy professional, we must know that about the pharmacopoeia, history of the pharmacopoeia, application of the pharmacopoeia, and how it can be important to industry. This is not only the academia, this is the very important for the industry peoples, for the regulatory persons, for the any types of the official work. It is very important. Sometimes number of the legal complication maybe take place. So this book always help. Let us consider some percentage of any impurity, some percentage of some compound allowed or not allowed. It is given in this book so that all IPs addition and all IPs are very important to the profession. So the last edition of the eighth one, as we know that published in 2018 with the four volume, as this is the given in figure, and with the DVD. So the 220 new monographs added in this volume: chemical monograph 170, herbal monograph 15, and veterinary monograph 14. Blood and blood related product 10, biotechnically derived therapeutic product is the 6, radiopharmaceutical monographs 3, vaccines and immunosera for the human use monograph 2, as well as 366 revised monograph and 7 omissions. So I have already mentioned that as per the addendum, as per the monograph, if already published in the previous IP, it can be also revised, and if any types of the claim by any peoples, it can be work on it, and sometime it can be removed. So this is the omission, it may be take place, and new information included in volume to volume. So total is the 8 volume or 8 edition government of India released till date. So this is the summarized of the all IP. I again go to the in the very fast mode, so that because number of time we are unable to learn or unable to understand. So these three four things is the very important. Addition of the IP, year in which it is published, how many volume, and how many addendum or supplement released by the government of India. So the first edition very popular in 1955, as we have already mentioned that in the previous slide. The work started in the 1944 under the chairmanship of Chopraji, but after that it can be revised, formed, and finally it can come in the 1955 under the chairmanship of the Ghosh. So its supplementary release in the 1966 and second edition. This is the only, both of this one is the in the only one volume 1966, and this is the very popular in the industry and available only the one volume. Its supplementary release in 1975. So the third edition of the IP, this is the blue in the color 1985, and it was very popular for the long time because 1985 to 1996, near about we can say 11-year gap. So the third edition of the 1985 published in 1985 in the two volume, and this is the blue in the color. Addendum is the 1989 published, and second addendum published in the 1991. Fourth edition of IP 1996 with the two volume, addendum in 2000, and veterinary supplemented in 2000. Addendum, another one is the 2002, and addendum in 2005. It means fourth edition published in 1996 in two volume with four supplement, or you can say addendum, show that strengthen of this one. Now we can say our Indian pharmacopoeia is full-fledged or strengthened pharmacopoeia. So the fifth edition of the pharmacopoeia published in 2007, and sixth edition of pharmacopoeia 2010 with the three volume, and addendum is 2012. Seventh edition of pharmacopoeia published in 2014 with the four volume, and addendum in 2015, addendum in 2016, and eighth edition of pharmacopoeia published in 2018 with four volume, and addendum in 2019. Now, what is the importance of pharmacopoeia? To maintain the uniformity and control of standard of drugs available in the market. So this is the most important thing. Avoid adulterated drug. How much types of the adulteration and how it can be recognized. So they are test, they are analytical method, and types of the adulteration it may be take place. So each and everything it is very clear. complete information on drugs and their dosage form, reference for laboratory, industry, and academic institutes. So I have already mentioned that this official book is not only for academia, it is very, very important for the testing laboratory, industry, and academic people. So here I have mentioned that already number of the edition and addendum I have considered over here, and I hope that it will be the helpful to all of you. Now, the another one is the National Formulary of India. This is known as NFI. So the National Formulary of India is the essential mean for the guidance of the member of medical profession, medical student, nurses, and pharmacists working in the hospital and in sales establishment. So, history of the National Formulary of India. National Formulary of India is 1966, the first edition published, and second edition of this NFI published in 1966, and third edition of National Formulary of the India published in 1979, fourth edition of NFI published in 2011, fifth edition of NFI published in 2016. So this is under the current edition of this NFI. Now, the formulary and drug compendia. Formulary are the list of the drugs or collection of the formula for compounding or medicinal preparation. I again repeated formulary and drug compendia. Formularies are the list of drugs or collection of formulas for the compounding of the medicinal preparation. Formularies contain more comprehensive detail on therapeutics. So collectively, these books are known as the drug compendia. It means pharmacopoeia plus formulary. If we add the pharmacopoeia and formulary information at a one place, this is known as the drug compendia. Official compendia is a compilation of the drugs and other substances recognized as a legal standard of the purity, quality, and strengthened by the government agency of respective countries. So, Indian Pharmacopoeia, this is mentioned as the IP, British Pharmacopoeia BP, European Pharmacopoeia EP, as a very short form and very popular. British Pharmaceutical Codex BPC, United States Pharmacopoeia USP, and Japanese Pharmacopoeia JP. So these six pharmacopoeia very popular in pharmaceutical profession, pharmaceutical education, industry, as well as also in, you can say, testing or research lab. So now formulary and drug compendia. Non-official compendia, the books other than official drug compendia, which are used as secondary reference source for the drugs and other related substances, are known as non-official drug compendia, like a Mercandex and Martindale. So, dear all, as you know that these words and these books now very, very important, because nowadays most of the students, they are not visiting the library, they are not refer these types of the books. That is why the compulsory knowledge given by the through the course curriculum, at least you must know that what is the utility of these books, what is the utility of this official book. So this is very important, we must know that, because they have the official information, as well as legally they can justify the things. So non-official compendia is the books other than official drug compendia, which are used as a secondary reference source for the drugs and other related substances, are known as non-official drug compendia, very popular. Mercandex and Martindale, known as the extra pharmacopoeia. So now the another one is the British Pharmacopoeia, BP. So British Pharmacopoeia is the source of official standards of the drugs in UK and other part of the world. It was first published by General Medicine Council under the Medical Act 1858 on a national basis and later on the Pharmacopoeia Commission. So first edition published in 1864. It consists of two sections. Part 1 is known as a materia medica and part 2 is known as the preparation and compounds. I again repeated, first edition published in 1864. It consists of two sections. One section is known as the materia medica. This is in the category of part 1, and part 2 of this one is known as the preparation and compounds. This is the brief history of the British Pharmacopoeia. I have already mentioned. If you can go to the very long history. So first one is the published is the very early, but after that it can become in the focus. And the second edition of the BP was published in 1867. Fourth of edition of BP published in 1898. Fifth edition is 1914, and eighth edition consecutively other edition is also in 1953. 14th edition in 1988. It is now published annually and consists of the six volumes. So obviously, because technology is the growing very fast and number of the monographs, and due to the techniques, there is the some of the addendum and some of the monographs gradually increasing time to time. That is why this pharmacopoeia now available in the sixth volume and annually it is published. So this is about the British Pharmacopoeia, and British Pharmacopoeia is the Western reference tool for all individuals and organization involved in the pharmaceuticals, either in the research, development, manufacture, quality control, and analysis. So this is very important, and it used exclusively in the veterinary medicine in UK are included in the BP. In 1907, BP was supplemented by the British Pharmaceutical Codex. This is known as the BPC. Again, I mention over here BPC, British Pharmaceutical Codex, that provide the information on drugs and other pharmaceutical substances, not included in the BP, including a standard for these. The British Pharmacopoeia 2020, available in the sixth volume, is the most comprehensive collection of authoritative official standard for UK pharmaceutical substances and medicinal product. It includes around 4,000 monographs. It includes around 4,000 monographs, including the BP veterinary and European pharmacopoeia. Sometimes this is the European Pharmacopoeia EP or PHEUR. This is the representation of the official of this pharmacopoeia. European Pharmacopoeia is the PH and EUR, or you can write down the most probably in the EP. Now, the BP includes how many things, what information. As you know that BP is the one of the big pharmacopoeia in the sixth volume. So that is why it have the more information and very, very important for the academia, industry, and the testing laboratory and research. First one is the general notices, providing the general information applicable to all text. General monographs apply to all doses form. Specific monograph, providing mandatory standard for what purpose? Active pharmaceutical ingredient, excipients, formulated preparation, licensed and unlicensed product, herbal drugs, herbal drug products, and herbal medicinal products. Material for use in the manufacturing of the homeopathic preparations, blood related products, immunological products, radiopharmaceutical products, and infrared reference spectra. This is the one of the specifically is the given appendices, supplementary chapter providing the additional information or guidance, and comprehensive index. So these types of the information available in the BP. I again repeated the general notices, and these provide the general information and applicable to the all tax like that. Another important thing, British Pharmaceutical Codex, BPC. What is BPC? What is the utility of BPC? How it can be used, and what is the value of BPC? So, British Pharmaceutical Codex was prepared as reference book to the physician and dispensing pharmacist in 1907 as per the Council of Pharmaceutical Society, CPS. British Pharmaceutical Codex was prepared as a reference book to physician and dispensing pharmacist in 1907 as per the Council of Pharmaceutical Society. So since then, subsequent revision of these books are published. The decision of the Medicine Commission stated that there should be only one book of standards of the medicine. So BPC was discontinued. Later, BBC was published as the Pharmaceutical Codex and planned to be encyclopedia. So now the BPC is available in the form of the Pharmaceutical Codex. Difference between BPC from BP. BPC contain more drugs and preparation, and it contain additional information on a standard of the drug, surgical dressing, pharmaceutical preparation in the BPC. It provide action and uses of the drugs. It contain number of formula preparation methods for some other formulation. So both BPC and BP, these books are very official books. Importance and how this is important, I have already mentioned that BP one of the biggest firm, and before to IP, we all to refer to the BP. And when the first edition of the IP published in 1955, then Government of India that's apply the IP in all sections. But we also refer to the BP at the various level in industry and academia. Now, British National Formulary, BNF, British National Formulary, is a source of essential information on drugs and medicine, published by the Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain and British Medical Association. So, pharmacological classification of drugs are given in this BNF. It include preparations as per pharmaceutical forms. It provides information about action, uses, dosage form, and adverse drug reaction. So this is the another book BNF, and we have previous slide we have discussed the British Pharmaceutical Codex, यानी कि BPC, BP, and BNF. All three these official books are important and they have their own value because number of time student they are consulting only the reference book. So some of the students in front of the me, even that they are not consulting this types of the book because they are available in our library, they are available, but we are only handling the textbook and number of times some of these small books, but these books have their own value, not on the cost wise. We have considered British Pharmacopoeia, it is a very costly. You know that each and every word it can be finished via one of the constituted body. It means everything is the refined very properly. That is why the value of this types of the official books is gradually increasing. But in those days, students are not consulting this book, these types of the books, because due to the most of the information available on the net. But I just advise to each and everyone you can go and you can refer these types of the books. So you have lot of the information. your knowledge, it will be the increase. As you know that when the one person start to write or start to the agenda, he or she is the taken for the development this types of the formulary and books, you know that how much types of the pen, how much types of the time is required to compile this types of the book. Now, another important part, this is known as extra pharmacopoeia. It means Martindale. What is the extra pharmacopoeia? Extra pharmacopoeia is also known the Martindale. So the extra pharmacopoeia was first produced in 1883 by William Martindale and is still known as Martindale, published by the Royal Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain. And this pharmacopoeia, Martindale, is very excellent, and if you can go through it, it have lot of information. The term extra means in this instance outside, because the book aimed to describe drugs that are outside the BP. It means British Pharmacopoeia. So to date there have been a 39 edition. It means what is the importance of this book? Regularly publishing until date, the extra pharmacopoeia published 39 edition of Martindale, the complete drug information. The 39th edition was published in June 2017. European pharmacopoeia, as I already mentioned, that it can be represented in the form of the pH, EUR, while other pharmacopoeia we have mentioned that BP like BP, British pharmacopoeia BP, Indian pharmacopoeia IP, and United States pharmacopoeia USP, and European pharmacopoeia represented by pH, EUR. So the European pharmacopoeia is a pharmacopoeia that aims to provide common quality standard throughout Europe to control the quality of medicine and substances used to manufacture them. Currently, the 10th edition of EP means European Pharmacopoeia, which is applicable in 38 European countries from January 2020. It is used in over 100 of countries worldwide, is known as available. So in 2020 version consists of three initial volume already published, and the first two cumulative update 10.1 published in October 2019 and 10.2 published in January 2020. So this is the latest information and latest edition of this one. This is the European Pharmacopoeia. Another one, as per your curriculum of the B Farm first SAM, this is the another pharmacopoeia. This is known as the USP, United States Pharmacopoeia. So the USP is issued in combined with the national formulary. So this is known as the USP NF. USP NF. The USP is an official compendia for drugs marketed in the US and are used as a reference books. For what purpose? For determining the strength, quality, purity, packaging, and labeling of the drugs and other related articles. So the first USP was published in 1820 by US Pharmaceutical Convention in English and Latin. It consists of 272 drugs. It was published annually since 2002 by United States Pharmacopoeial Convention. First national formulary of US appeared in 1888. In 1992, the electronic version of USP NF on floppy disk was introduced. So USP has the laboratory in India, Brazil, China, and United States. USP Pharmacopoeia. It is a very popular and very important pharmacopoeia. And from 2006, Spanish edition of USP is also being published. So United States Pharmacopoeia USP continued with the number of monographs, or you can see USP contains over 3,400 monographs for drug substances and products, together with over 160 general chapters that describe the specific procedure to support the monograph, test, and other information as well, which is required for the thorough study. USP also contains 16 monographs and 9 general chapter on nutritional supplementation. Now the another one important is known as the National Formulary NF. So first national formulary of US was published in 1888 by American Pharmaceutical Association. USP and NF was combined as a single book of drug and known as the USP-NF. USP-NF, United States Pharmacopoeia and National Formulary. So USP-NF represent 25th revision of USP and 20th revision of NF official on 2002. From them, USP NF was published annually now. So USP 30 and NF 25 appeared from May 2007. It contains scientific standard for drugs, dietary substances, biological products, and excipients used in the dosage form. So the current version of USP 43 and NF 38, because this is the combination of the two books. So they are the difference of the 5, because 25th revision of the USP is equal to the 20th revision of the NF. It means if the USP is the 43rd, then NF is the obviously 38. Will become official on November 2020. So this is the latest edition of the USP. It can came into the market and available for the reference book for industry, academia, and research center. Now, this is the International Pharmacopoeia. It is represented as the IP because PSINT, because the short form of the IP is the Indian Pharmacopoeia. Already this is the well known and very popular. That is why International Pharmacopoeia short form is the PSINT. So the International Pharmacopoeia is published by the WHO and is practically used in developing countries. It was prepared to meet the international uniformity and standardization of the drugs. It was prepared to meet the international uniformity and standardization of the drugs. So, International Pharmacopoeia was first published in 1951 and in multi-language, not on one language, English, French, German, and Japanese. So, International Pharmacopoeia published in many languages in 1951. So, the International Pharmacopoeia 9th edition published in 2019. This is the latest edition. First edition is published in 1951. So 1951 to 2019, there is near about the 68 year. During this 68 year, 9th edition of the International Pharmacopoeia published and available market for the reference. So these are the references we have taken from the various sources and to compile this the information. Now I want to just go to give the some of the revision or some of the importance of all these things which are required. And I know that if you want to know some of the history of any book, any person, or any profession, sometimes it is interested and sometimes it is not interested. But I know that we must know what is about our pharmacopoeia. We must know about the what is the compendia. We must know about the international status and how many types of the pharmacopoeias available in the market, which edition. Sometimes some informations which are very important if you want to start some of the unit and if you want to some of the claim, because each and every test and standard it will be the matched with the pharmacopoeia. If you want to develop any product as an international level, and if you want to the export quality product, so how you can match the export quality products standards. So these types of the pharmacopoeias and regulatory bodies, they are helpful to each and everybody. So this is the first part related to the pharmacopoeia. I have completed. So I know that if you have the any question, chat box is the open for the discussion. You can send your question so that we can take your question in the next session. I know that this is the very compact form of the information related to the various pharmacopoeias, and these information need to more and more work. Now another important parts, so this important part is the very important, known as the classification of the dosage form. So I know that in the history of pharmacy, after the various pharmacopoeia, like Indian pharmacopoeia, British pharmacopoeia, and United States pharmacopoeia, and their compendia, BPC, National Formulary, so NFI, all information we have together, and their addition, their value, we have come to know that. So these topic basically direct related to the history and direct related to the basic concept of any formula. Now this topic is very important and very interesting, because each and everybody is the familiar, so that we can start with one by one. Dear gentlemen, as you know that classification of dosage form, एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन आता है कि व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ एनी ड्रग, जिसको अपन कहते हैं एपीआई. दिस इज द एक्टिव फॉर्म ऑफ द ड्रग, एंड इट कैन गिव द थेरेपेटिक वैल्यू, इट कैन गिव द थेरेपेटिक इंपॉर्टेंस, जो कि आपको एक्शन देती है. इफ इट कैन गिव द एक्शन, देन व्हाट इज द यूटिलिटी ऑफ द डोजेज फॉर्म. ये क्वेश्चन आना एक बहुत ही स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया है, और इस क्वेश्चन का लगातार आना, अगेन एंड अगेन this question is the arise, again and again this question came in our mind ki what is the utility of the dosage form, why we are convert in the dosage form, what is the importance of the dosage form, how many types of the dosage form, because we are the pharmacy professionals, and after all this is our one of the, you can say, important part to design the dosage form, to convert the medicament, convert the drug in the form of the delivery, so that it can be given to the patient. So now I will try to give a brief general information related to the dosage form, application of the dosage form. A pharmacist is required to dispense a wide range of preparation, बहुत सारे dosage form, because if we can go through our body, there is the various route of the administration. So being a pharmacist required to dispense a wide, very big range of the you can say preparation and their utility at various forms. Some of them may be require compounding, and other dispense in manufactured package or packed via pharmacist according to the quantity required. However, it is desirable that a pharmacist is the familiar with all variety of preparation that are handled. So a classification of preparation along with the brief description is given. Preparation that may be require compounding are we can discuss over here. So we can take to the classification of the dosage form. Before to this, we need to know something very important. So now what is dosage form? This is one of the big question, because B Farm first year student, they enter direct from the PCM or PCB. It means physics, chemistry, mathematics, or physics, chemistry, biology. And after the entry, some of the terms, some of the value, it can be come in the first time in their curriculum. So dosage form. Dosage form is defined as the physical form of a dose of a chemical compound used as a drug or medication intended for administration or consumption. यानी कि कोई भी डोजेस फॉर्म होती है, उस डोजेस फॉर्म में एक जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है जिसको हम केमिकल कहें, ड्रग कहें या मेडिकामेंट कहें, जो उसके लिए फार्मास्यूटिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जो थेरेटिक वैल्यू को रखती है वो उसके अंदर इंक्लूड होती है, और ऐसे फॉर्मेट, ऐसी शेप, ऐसी फॉर्मेट में उसको चेंज किया जाता है सो दैट इट इज इजी टू हैंडल। तो इसमें बहुत सारे, दीज आर द नंबर ऑफ द पैरामीटर it will be there consider during the dosage form design. Let us consider for what purpose, for what purpose you want to design the dosage form, क्यों बनाना चाहते हैं dosage form, किस पर्पज के लिए। when we resolve the purpose, फिर हमारे लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है at what route you can deliver, इसको कैसे देना चाहते हो, ऑरली देना चाहते हो, इसे आप एज ए पेरेंटल देना चाहते हो, इसे आप टॉपिकल रूट से देना चाहते हो, इसे आप अदर फॉर्मेट में देना चाहते हो, कैसे देना चाहते हो, बट हाउ टू यू कैन गिव इट, बिकॉज अल्टीमेट ड्रग इज रिक्वायर्ड टू रीच इन द ब्लड स्ट्रीम। जब तक वो ब्लड सर्कुलेशन में नहीं आती है, रिसेप्टर के थ्रू पहुंचती नहीं है, how it can be give the action. That is why need to be developed in a particular dose. Now another part is very important कि एक ही दिन के लिए डोजेस फॉर्म नहीं है, आज बनाई कल कंज्यूम हो गई। सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली द डिस्पेंसिंग प्रोसेस इन इंडिया, it is the very you can say effective old system, but nowadays the technology is going on and dispensing is only some of the bad hakims, and somewhere is the dispensing is the going on. Nowadays some of the standard format of the dosage form is the available, and they have their own stability and need some of the stability, so that is very important. Another thing, if you want to deliver any drug orally, what it have the bitter in taste, sometimes it can be produce the vomiting, what is the effective, because it can be easy to absorb, stomach, intestine, this part you want to the absorb, because it is the chemical identity, due to the chemical format of the drug, ये फिर से पुनः आवश्यक हो जाता है कि किस फॉर्मेट में इफेक्टिव है, किस फॉर्मेट में या किस फॉर्म में इसको दी जाए तब ये इफेक्टिव होती है। सो डोजेस फॉर्म also called as a unit dosage form because tablet capsule, these are the unit dosage form, are pharmaceutical drug product in the form in which they are marketed for use. Again I repeat, dosage form are the pharmaceutical drug products in which form they which are marketed for direct application or direct use with a specific mixture of active ingredient and inactive component. An inactive component known as excipient, active ingredient is known as the API in a particular configuration such as capsule cell. For this is the example, to deliver the drug, some of the drug they are producing the vomiting, some of the nausea, they have the bad odor, so they can be encapsulated so easy to the administered through the orally, because we know that the human being have the taste, odor, and very sensitive of all these types of the things, and a portions into a particular dose. For example, two product may be both via amoxicillin, but one is the 500 mg capsule and another one is the 250 mg chewable tablet. So as you know that how it is the suitable to deliver. So the term dosage form can be also sometimes refer only to the pharmaceutical formulation of the drug product, constituent of the drug substance, and any blends involved without considering matters behind that, like how it is the ultimately configured or a consumable product such as the capsule and so many other. Now, what is composition of dosage form? अब इसके कंपोजिशन की बात होती है कि इसका एक रेशियो क्या होता है, इसका एक कंपोजिशन क्या होता है, इसमें कौन कौन सी चीजें होती हैं कि जिसको हम एक डोजेज फॉर्म कहें। सो ड्रग मींस active pharmaceutical ingredient, this is known as the API, and this is very popular, and most probably this is available in the pure form. So the active ingredient which is contained in the medicine, इसी को हम दवा कहते हैं, जो हमें थेरेपेटिक एक्शन देती है, जो हमारे लिए डिजीज के लिए कंट्रोल करने के लिए, ट्रीटमेंट के लिए अप्लाई होती है। अब Again, the question is the same. What is the use of the dosage form and why we are converting the dosage form? जब जो एक्टिव कंस्टिट्यूएंट है वही एक्टिव है, बकाया इनएक्टिव फॉर्म है, then what is the use of this one? So active pharmaceutical ingredient API, any substance or combination of substance used in the finished pharmaceutical product intended to furnish pharmacological activity or to otherwise have direct effect in the diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment or prevention of the disease or to have the direct effect. So this is the API. तो अब आपको ये पता लग गया कि API क्या होता है और अल्टीमेट इसकी वैल्यू है जो कि इसके काम में आती है। अगर आपको मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल दूं कि हमारे पास एक गोली होती है, गोली जो चलाई जाती है, गोली जिसको अपन रिवॉल्वर, राइफल जिससे चलाई जाती है। अगर आपके हाथ में एक गोली पकड़ा दिया जाए, एक कारतूस पकड़ा दिया जाए, इसको चलाइए, तो चल सकता है क्या? वो नहीं चल सकता है। लेकिन जब वो बंदूक से चलाया जाता है, राइफल, रिवॉल्वर से चलाया जाता है, तो वो एक्शन करता है, यानी कि वो उसको किसी को हार्म कर सकता है। सो दैट एक आपने उसके लिए एक सोर्स, एक प्रोसेस अप्लाई किया जिसके थ्रू वो रन करता है या इफेक्टिवली वो वर्क करता है। सो फॉर दिस पर्पज वी नीड अ पर्टिकुलर टाइप्स ऑफ द डोजेज फॉर्म, वी नीड अ पर्टिकुलर टाइप्स ऑफ द कंसेप्ट so that we can say that it can be form of the active format. Now, all drugs are made up of the two core component. How many component? Two core component. The API, which is central ingredient, and the excipients, the substance other than the drug that help deliver the medication to your system. Excipients are chemically inactive substance such as lactose or mineral oil in the pill form. So you can say that inactive ingredients are component of the drug product that do not increase or affect the therapeutic action of the active ingredient. Which is usually the active drugs. Inactive ingredients are added during the manufacturing of the process of pharmaceutical product such as tablet, capsule, suppository, suspension. Number of the doses form they are available in the market for the various treatment and for the cure of the patient. Now, number of time the word is very important and most probably be the coin again and again. Additives. What is the additives? So substance that are added to the food to maintain or improve the safety, refreshness, taste, texture, or appearance of the food are known as the food additive. And some food additives have been used as a centuries for the preservation, such as the salt in meats or fish meats can be preservative. Sugars, this can be used for the another purpose. Sulfur dioxide in the wine, these types of the things they use. But in case of the medicine, these additives are the used for the various another purpose like a safety, freshness, taste, texture, as well as the protective and how to increase the stability of the product. So these are material is the known as the various form, various definition like a antioxidant, artificial sweetener, emulsifier, colorant, and so many other format. Now, another part is the excipients. तो जब भी हम बात करते हैं तो कोई भी फॉर्मुलेशन की बात करते हैं तो हम एक जनरली वर्ड यूज करते हैं कि इंग्रेडिएंट क्या है, इसके एक्सिपिएंट्स क्या है, इसका एपीआई क्या है. सो फर्स्ट वी मस्ट नो दैट व्हाट इज द एपीआई, जिसको हमने डिस्कस किया कि दिस इज द एक्टिव मॉलिक्यूल एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन. और उस फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन वाले प्रोडक्ट को पर्टिकुलर रूट से एक जगह तक भेजने के लिए उसके हमें कुछ एडिटिव्स की आवश्यकता होती है. एंड वी नीड ऑफ द सम ऑफ द एक्सिपिएंट्स. These are the inactive substance, but they can be facilitate the action and give the more potent form like that. So pharmaceutical excipients are the substance that are included in the pharmaceutical dosage form, not for their direct therapeutic action. I again to repeat this one because number of time you can listen this word excipient. What types of the excipients you are the using in the particular dosage form design? ये जनरली पूछा ही जाता है, तो इसके बारे में आपको जानना बहुत जरूरी है. सो फार्मास्यूटिकल डोजेज फॉर्म नॉट फॉर देयर डायरेक्ट therapeutic action. It means it is inactive, but to add the manufacturing process to protect, support or enhance the stability or viability of the patient acceptability. I have already mentioned that sometime बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि ड्रग का टेस्ट है वो बहुत ज्यादा बिटर है, बट इट इज द वेरी इफेक्टिव, इट कैन बी एब्जॉर्ब इन द माउथ. तो हम टेस्ट मास्किंग की प्रक्रिया करते हैं. ड्यू टू द टेस्ट मास्किंग, यानी कि हम उसको स्वाद को ऐसा बनाना चाहते हैं कि वो हमें फील ना हो और इनडायरेक्ट वे में हमारी ड्रग एक पर्टिकुलर रूट से पूछ जाए, तो हम टेस्ट मास्किंग करते हैं. बहुत बार ये होता है कि प्रोडक्ट इज द नॉट स्टेबल. So how do we increase the stability? For this purpose, we can add the stabilizer and the excipient. Bioavailability, viability amount of the drug reach in the rate at which the drug reach in the blood circulation. So bioavailable, जितना viable drug होगा, जितनी देर तक होगा, उतना ही एक्टिव रहेगा. तो पहली चीज है कि दवा देनी किसको है. तो दवा देनी है किसको? एक मरीज को देनी है, एक पेशेंट को देनी है. और जब तक पेशेंट उसको स्वीकार नहीं करता है उस फॉर्मेट में, तब तक पेशेंट को दवा देना मुश्किल होता है. इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है कि वी आर रिक्वायर्ड टू कन्वर्ट द ड्रग और एपीआई इन सच फॉर्मेट, इन सच फॉर्म, सो दैट इट इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय द पेशेंट. जब पेशेंट के लिए वो एक्सेप्टेबल हो गई, फिर दूसरा हमको ये देखना है, बहुत बड़ी चीज, कि फॉर व्हाट पर्पस वी आर गिविंग द डोजेस फॉर्म. तो ऑब्वियसली फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट, फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ सम डिजीज. किसी पर्पज के लिए दी जा रही है, किसी डिजीज को कंट्रोल करना है या किसी हमें बीमारी की रोकथाम करनी है, तो उसके लिए दी जा रही है. तो किस फॉर्मेट में दी जाए, किस रूट से दी जाए कि ये ज्यादा इफेक्टिव हो, कम मात्रा में ज्यादा इफेक्टिव हो, मिनिमम टॉक्सिसिटी हो, वी कैन रिड्यूस द टॉक्सिसिटी, और बॉडी के अंदर ये कोई भी हार्मफुल इफेक्ट ना दे. जैसा कि आज हमारे यहाँ वैक्सीन कोविड की गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने 2 वैक्सीन लॉन्च की. नंबर ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, even the person they don't know and it is not required कि what is the how which types of the excipients they are the using, what types of the material they are using, because this is even the patient's information is already given. Any harmful effect, sometimes number of the questions they are generating in their mind, because this is the first time of this types of the huge pandemic situation globally. That is why people also worry about it. So excipients used in the oral solid dosage form have been classified based on their functionality into a group such as diluent, disintegrants, binders, glidant, lubricant, release controlling polymers, stabilizers such as antioxidant, chelates, pH modifier, film coating polymer, plasticizer, and surfactant. So these types of the substance and these types of the materials commonly used in the dosage form design, in the dosage form manufacturing, and these terms is very important. Let us consider diluent. डाइल्यूएंट का क्या काम होता है? बल्कीनेस को बढ़ाना, सो दैट बहुत सी ड्रग होती हैं, दे आर वेरी पोटेंट and the dose is very small, like 10 mg, 5 mg, 20 mg, 30 mg, like that, or 50 mg, even 100 mg. So very difficult to the handle. तो इसकी वल्कीनेस, इसको टैबलेट कैप्सूल में कन्वर्ट करना है, तो वी नीड टू सम ऑफ द डाइल्यूएंट. डिसइंट्रीगान टैबलेट को ब्रेक करने के लिए जो सब्सटेंस डाले जाते हैं, जो इसको छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल में ब्रेक करते हैं, एंड दीज पार्टिकल कन्वर्ट इन द वेरी फाइन पार्टिकल्स, वी नीड द डिसइंट्रीगान. बाइंडर्स होते हैं, जब इसको एक पर्टिकुलर डोजेस फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करना है, तो वी नीड सम ऑफ द बाइंडर सो दैट इट कैन बी इजी टू कंप्रेस. एंड ग्लाइडेंट फॉर द फ्लो प्रॉपर्टी, lubrication for the flow of the granules without any sticking, without any you can say other problem. They can be easy to the tablet in the format can be released. So that is why these types of the substance used in this format. The manner in which drug substances are the present in the market, solid, liquid, semi-solid, like that. So need for convert of the doses form. Now in the point wise, पहला है इसमें एक्यूरेट डोज. जब हम किसी चीज में को डोजेस फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं तो एक एक्यूरेट डोज की फॉर्म में आ जाती है. इट मींस जो वेरिएबिलिटी जो ज्यादा होती है, दिस वेरिएबिलिटी इज द रिड्यूस. प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ द डोजेस फॉर्म, coated tablet, sealed ampoules, and three protection from the gastric juices. So these types of the thing is again important. How we can give the protection from the gastric juices. Make the taste order to make the palatable. Palatable means उसको हम easily ले लें, यूज कर सकें. Placement of the drugs targeted within the tissues. So sustained release medication, control release medication, optimal drug action, insertion of the drug into body cavity, rectal and vaginal, use of desired vehicle for the insoluble form. So dear pharmacists and pharmacy peoples, those who are direct connect and listening this of the lecture, so these are the basic need to convert the dosage form. Let us consider if the delivering in the oral form, in parental form, in topical form, or is it can be the insertion form like a suppository or some insertion in the cavities. We need to sum up the specific type of the material API, including the other substance, so that we can easily administered in the body and it will give the therapeutic effect accordingly. Need for different dosage form of the same drug, the minimize discomfort and instant relief and improve the patient compliance. एक सिंपल सा कंसेप्ट है किसी भी डोजेज फॉर्म डिजाइन करने के लिए कि मिनिमम डिस्कम्फर्ट हो एंड इंस्टेंट रिलीव एंड इंप्रूव द पेशेंट कंप्लायंस. तीन चीज की बहुत स्वाभाविक सी नीड है कि पेशेंट को जब डिलीवर की जाए ड्रग तो उसे मिनिमम डिस्कम्फर्ट होना चाहिए और जितने जल्दी हो सके उतने जल्दी उसको रिलीफ मिलना चाहिए एंड इंप्रूव द पेशेंट कंप्लायंस. और जो पेशेंट है, कंप्लायंस मींस होता है पेशेंट की एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी. जितनी ज्यादा एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी होगी पेशेंट के लिए उतने ही ज्यादा ये इफेक्टिव और यूजफुल और इजी टू हैंडल होगी. नाउ अ डे यू नो, अगर आप सिंपल आपको ये एक एग्जांपल दें, पेशेंट कंप्लायंस. आज सभी व्यक्ति, एवरीबॉडी हैव द फियर ऑफ द पेंडेमिक सिचुएशन इन कोविड-19. सभी के अंदर फियर है. जब तक हमारे पास वैक्सीन नहीं आया था तो हर व्यक्ति ये कहता था वैक्सीन कब आएगा, वैक्सीन कब आएगा, वैक्सीन कब आएगा. नाउ वैक्सीन इज द अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट. शो देयर इज द लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशन ऑन द टीवी चैनल कि दिस इज द सेफ और नॉट सेफ. तो किसको देनी है वैक्सीन? एक व्यक्ति को देनी है जो नॉर्मल पर्सन को, इज नॉट पेशेंट. व्हाट वी वांट टू द प्रोटेक्ट फ्रॉम द कोविड-19. तो उसमें भी कंप्लायंस नहीं हो रही है, उसमें भी एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी नहीं आ रही है. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, they are also providing the free of cost to their health worker, but even that the target or the goal as fixed by the authority, we are unable to complete it. So desired property of the dosage form. So patient compliance is very very important. Number of time, some of the kids, आप बच्चों की बात करते हैं, बहुत सारे हमारे कफ सिरप आते हैं, बहुत सारी हमारी टैबलेट्स आती हैं. कुछ टैबलेट्स के लिए बच्चे कभी भी हाँ नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे कफ सिरप, कुछ ऐसी टैबलेट जिसको वो बहुत तेजी से स्वीकृति देते हैं और हाँ कर देते हैं और उनको लेने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती. इवन द painful of the injection, but some people they are very 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 fear of the injection. और उनको ऐसा लगता है कि ये तो हम लगवा ही नहीं सकते हैं. Either age, any age, it can be kids or the some of the elder like that. So desired property of the dosage form to easy to handle, administered and storage, stable form to be generated during the storage and use, protection from the mechanical shock during the transport. So how we can transfer? How we can transport? Because production of the drug, production of the final dosage form in of the one place and availability of the product is in the another place. So for this purpose, for the protection point of view, we need to convert in a such format so that it can be easily absorb the shock during the transportation. Another part is the flexibility in different drug strength. This is the again very important. If any dosage form, this is for the elderly patient, and this is known as the adult dose, and the dosage form is the required for the children, and sometimes of the geriatric patient, and sometimes the lactation women, like that. For this purpose, doses form drug strength variability, if the available, then is the most effective. Number of time it was found that doctor just mentioned that give the half of the tablet, but there is the no definition of the half of the tablet, because tablet is a unit dosage form. No need to break it, but its lower strength is the not available. What doctor feel that only this tablet or this type of the dosage form is the effectively or effective for particular types of the disease. So provide expected therapeutic effect, extend drug release, onset, intensity, duration, action, and predictable. So economically and elegancy is the another important compound and important part, so that it is the very useful to the system. So this is the again very important and required to develop. Now the classification of the dosage form. So I hope that this part is the very interesting, and everybody must to be the interactive and useful and effective, like that. So we have discussed what is the dosage form, and one dosage form contain how many components. One is the API. This is the active form of the drug or give the pharmacological action. Another thing is required to the some of the excipients and additives. So these additives and excipients is come together in a particular format. This is known as the dosage form. It means which types of the dosage form we are the delivering. This is very important. So now the dosage form classify on the basis of physical state, and what is the use of this one, site of application, and route of administration, at what site we can application, physical state, and uses. So these are the four basic classification of the dosage form. Now first one, based on the route of administration. अब सिंपल सिंपल देखें, जैसे ओरल रूट सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन, सबसे ज्यादा बेसिक, सबसे ज्यादा अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द डोजेस फॉर्म, नियर अबाउट 80% ऑफ द ड्रग्स अवेलेबल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द ओरल. ओरल फॉर्म में सबसे ज्यादा डोजेस फॉर्म अवेलेबल है. उसका जो रीजन है, बिकॉज दिस इज द वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट source of the administration of the dosage form, because large area of absorption from mouth to the stomach to the large intestine, small intestine, like that. So it is the big area where is the drug is the absorbed. So oral form, these types of the dosage form like tablet, powder, capsule, solution, emulsion, suspension, elixir, syrup, magma, gel, cachet, pills, and so many other dosage form. They can be given in the oral. Oral means taken from the mouth. जैसे we can explain the parental. Parental means other than mouth, all dosage form is under the category of the parental. Now the parental and injection is the different. All injections are parental, but all parentals are not injection. So parental is the solution, emulsion, and suspension form. They can be administered in the body. Now the sublingual. Sublingual is the tablet and lozenge. Sublingual means it cannot to be. You can say it cannot. You can see swallowed. So this is up to the mouth. It is the available, and after that it cannot be swallowed. So this is up to this one. It can be known as the sublingual tablet. So this is the very important. Tablets and lozenges, they are also important and the effective. Intranasal. So this is the another route: solution form, spray form, inhalation form, this is available. So this is the another route of administration of the dosage form. So we can consider accordingly of this one. Another is the rectal, and rectal is the very popular of the suppository format. Suppository format. So this is the very effective. Another part is the urethral. Urethral means suppository, enemas, ointments. So this is very important, so that it is the effective, and we can find out of the dosage form. And vaginal suppository, tablet, ointment, creams, and dustes. These are the applicable in the format of the, you can say, for the administration through the vaginal route. And as you know that number of time it was found that the vaginal dosage form is nowadays very popular, and our scientists, they are doing the work on such types of the route. They are select and show that it is the effective, highly effective of the area. This is known as the targeted area, or you can say this is the effective zone, so that we can find out a minimum dose with the effective zone. So that is why these types of the area, these types of the potential value, it can be improved. And in the foreign countries, the vaginal route and suppository, these are very popular. Not only the semi-solid dosage form, it is also available in the liquid dosage form and convert in the form of the, so these are the temperature sensitive dosage form. It can be convert, and it can be give the very effective form. Now, site of application, another classification like a skin. On the skin, we can apply the ointments, creams, lotion, liniments. Eyes, like a solution, ointments and creams. Tooth, we can tooth powder, toothpaste is the available. Hands cream, lotion, hand bath, and foot creams, ointment, dusting powders, we have to the provide. Hair cream, hair lotion, shampoos, hair fixing, and the nasal route is the also important, is known as the solution, spray inhalation, and many other site of action has a ear and other one. Now the uses, two types of the uses, obviously external and internal. External means those are the applicable on the body. So we can say this is the external route of the administration, and internal route of administration. So all preparation except the internal, external, they are the internal preparation. So this is the another category of classification. Now, this is the big category in the form of the their state. So I have again to repeat it, on the basis of their form, on the basis of their route, on the basis of their use, and on the basis of their state. These are the four basic classification of the dosage form. So first one I have considered here, solid. So all these are very important. Even either you are in any class of the pharma, or even the people, those who are not related to the pharma profession, they are required to come to know that each and everything which is very important and essential component. So because of this essential component, let us consider very popular is the solid dosage form. So what is the solid dosage form? Like a powder, tablet, capsule, and catches, tablets, triturates, pills, lozenges. So these are very important of the dosage form required for this one of the administration, like internal and external preparation, useful for the body or for the various dosage form. So we can say how it is effective and applicable. So internal, another part is the semi-solid. Semi-solid is the important part is the gels, jellies, and external parts of this the semi-solid category, like ointments, cream, paste, gels, jellies, suppository, pessaries, application, poultice, and paints. So dear gentlemen, these doses form how these are the effective, or how these are available in the market form. and like you can say semi-solid under the category of the liquid. So liquid category, it is a very very big category. In this section, we have considered two part: physical state as well as the route of administration. So both is the consider in the headline is the physical state and subdivision in the form of the route of administration. So liquid dosage form, they are either taken internally, means solution, suspension, emulsion, elixirs, syrups or colloidants, sprays, mixture and drug preparation. These are very popular in the market. Another part of the liquid dosage form externally, this is the irrigation is the lotions, liniments, mouthwash, nasal drop, ear drop, enemas, inhalation, irrigation, and paints under the category of the liquid. And sterile products, it means injection, infusion, ophthalmic, and depot. So sterile product is the special category, and under the category of the parental, these are the different parts, because we know that injection, infusion, ophthalmic and depot formulation, they are required and they are known as the also sterile product. Another one is the gas, aerosols, inhalations and insufflations and sprays. And another category is the, this is also available in the solid, semi-solid, liquid, like it can be converted. This is known as the NDDS, means novel drug delivery system. So these are the four basic classification of the dosage form on the basis of their physical state, on the basis of their route of administration, on the basis of their use, and on the basis of their at what side it can be applicable, like that. Now I just go and come to one by one category, and I have take some of the examples which are important for this purpose of the pharmacy students. First one is the aerosols. What is aerosols? Aerosols are suspension of the fine, solid, or liquid particles in a gas. So aerosols are the pressurized preparation, because it can be come to in the force through some of the nozzle. So this preparation is also known as the pressurized form. These dosage forms for the spraying in a solution, suspension, and emulsion form with a atomized device or known as the nebulizers. So aerosols are packed in pressurized container with a suitable propellant. In nowadays, this aerosol formulation is the very popular. Not only the dosage form, not only in the terms of the medicine, it is very popular in the various other purposes, and we can say that it is the very very popular in the foreign country. जो मैं प्रोपलेंट्स की बात कर रहा हूं, जैसा हम कहते हैं कि हमारी जो ओजोन लेयर है, यह ओजोन लेयर क्या हो रही है, धीमे धीमे रैप्चर हो रही है, बिकॉज ऑफ दी lot of propellants we are the using right now, and they have the fluoride. So this is also harmful, but because the lifestyles, even people don't take the path, they take off the aerosol and they clean their hand mouth like that and then move that at the president. So that's provide a steady stream of the liquids. They are most popular in the treatment of the asthma. Also, obviously aerosols are very effective because it is a very very fine particle in the nano size. Direct it can be absorbed and effective in the asthma attack. Immediately require the action because there is the no lag time. So for this purpose, number of the aerosols available in the market, or respiratory tract infection and skin conditions, these are available in the market. Some of the examples of the container I have taken over here. Thousands of the aerosols available at a different form, different container, metallic container, glass container, plastic container, and different approach with their mechanism, propellant based and without propellant based, both types of the spray, both types of the aerosol, both types of the available application. These are the fluid or semi fluid preparation intended for the application to the skin. So these formulation are generally in the form of the emulsion and suspension. Some official example is used as a anti-parasite and also in the other skin disease. So some of the preparation available for the anti-parasites and most probably applications are used on the skin. Now, gadgets. Gadgets is not very popular dosage form, but some of the drug product and some of the medicines they are available in the form of the gadgets. So what is the gadgets? Gadgets are the disc or cylinder shape, small discs like a form of the tablet, and they are made from rice paper and consist of a lower and upper part. The latter they have to be slightly broaden the flange, and medication of the disagreeably taste is the enclosed between the two halves of the end shielded. So some example like that sodium aminosalicylate catechins and isoniazid caplet they are available in the market. Now, very important part, this is the capsule. Everybody know the capsule, colorful capsule, two have upper and the lower. One is the body and one is the cap. And they are prepared by the gelatin. So the separate body and cap is the available at the different size. And these are the mainly two types. So I just go through the definition of the capsule. Capsule are easier to swallow, so this is the one of the biggest advantage, because the medicament is covered with the one of the cell. So what's the color of the medicament you do not know, what is the taste. Sometimes some of the drugs or doses of API they can be produce the nausea and vomiting, so they can be easy to administer through the form of the कैप्सूल. कैप्सूल एक ऐसी शेप है, ऐसी फॉर्म है जो बच्चे बड़े या सभी की लाइकिंग होती है. नंबर ऑफ टाइम इट वाज फॉर्म दैट some of the people's difficult to swallow the tablet, but they can be easily take the capsule because it is easier to swallow and are used by manufacturer when the drug cannot be compacted into a solid tablet. तो दो चीजों की प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. पहली प्रॉब्लम ये हो सकती है कि some of the dosage form they are the highly in the amorphous form and difficult to the compress or convert in the form of the tablet. तो इस केस में हम प्रेफर कैप्सूल करते हैं. या some of the specific regions, some nausea vomiting या some of the oily slightly it may be possible, stability point of view and need of the some of the big dose and difficult to convert in the tablet, तो हम उसको कैप्सूल फॉर्म की फॉर्मेट में ले जाते हैं. So they are also useful when the drug needs to be mixed with the oil or other liquid to be add absorption in the body. It is normally a cell or container made of gelatin that contain the drug. So as you know that capsule cell is most probably prepared from the gelatin. So capsules are mainly two types. One is known as the hard gelatin capsule. Another one is the soft gelatin capsule. So classification of the hard gelatin capsule. On the basis of their gelatin size, we can say hard gelatin capsule mainly 8 types: 000, 000, 0, and you can come to 1 to the 5. It means smallest is the 5 number and biggest is the 000. So 000, 000, 0, and most probably it is given in the reference books or given the reference that 000 and 00 is not suitable for the human beings because the size of the capsule is the big. It means 6 size 0 to 5 is suitable for the human being, and most probably these are the body and cap available, so it can be easy to administer. So soft gelatin capsule they can be classified on the basis of their different shapes. So nowadays not only gelatin used as for the preparation of the capsule cell. Number of the material nowadays scientists they are the working on for the preparation of the capsule cell. One of them is the HPMC. So this is known as the HPMC capsule. Starch material used for the convert in the capsule cell. So this is known as the starch capsule. Pollen capsule material pollen. PBA polyvinyl acetate also used. So this is the polyvinyl acetate capsule. Liquid fill hard capsule is also available, but mainly the two category, hard gelatin as well as the soft gelatin. These are the various shapes. So here in the first two, these are the hard gelatin capsule, and another two shape, these are the capsule cell prepared by the HPMC. And these are the category in the below of the three figures the given. These are the soft gelatin capsule. In these types of the capsule, in the hard gelatin capsule, material filled and sealed, but in the soft gelatin capsule, manufacturing of the capsule and filling of the material, everything is the fully automatic process. It means there is the no two parts. First you can prepare the cell and then fill it. It can be at a time, it can be sealed and packed. So nowadays this types of the dosage form is also very popular. Now, collodions, fluid preparation for external use in the form of the collodions contain substance dissolved in a volatile solvent, which after evaporation leaves a thin film of the material on the surface. So this is the example of the collodions used in the market and available in the market. Now, creams. Creams are very popular. Most of the peoples they are using the creams for the purpose of the cosmetics. Not only the cosmetic, cream is the available for the medicated form. Highly viscous, oil and butter, and water and oil. Cream is two types, oil and butter and water and oil emulsion meant for external application are considered as a cream. So medicament, they may also be incorporated in that. So I again to repeat over here, creams is the very popular in the common as well as the layman, because we are regularly using the cream for the purpose of the cosmetics, and both types of the creams available in the market, oil and butter and oil. Let us consider as a cold cream, as you know, very vanishing cream and cold cream. Vanishing cream, vanish, it can be used in the summer season. Vanishing mean oil is the less quantity, so oil and butter, and cold cream oil in the high quantity, so this is the water and oil types of the emulsion. And number of the medicated cream available in the market, as you know that for the most probably is the anti-inflammatory, analgesic, number of the doses form or number of the creams available, even for the you can say allergic condition, and for the antifungal, antibacterial, protective. So thousands of the creams available in the market. These are the some example given over here for to easy understand. Now, dot preparation. Nowadays, this word is going to the obsolete, but dot dot is a one of the very popular. Dot preparation is the liquid oral preparation packed as a single dose in separate container and in a large volume are known as the dot preparation. Number of time we are using as a unit dosage form. Unit means one. It cannot be break. सो इफ कैप्सूल, यू नो दैट कभी आपने कैप्सूल को आधा तोड़ के खाया, हार्ड जिलेटिन कैप्सूल या सॉफ्ट जिलेटिन कैप्सूल, नॉट पॉसिबल, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. बट number of time you have taken the tablets, the half tablet, 1/4 tablet, it means tablet is a unit dosage form, but it can be break. इसको कई बार ब्रेक करके हम ले लेते हैं. but in the same way here is the unit dosage form of drug. डॉट प्रिपरेशन जैसे हमारे कप सिरप है, 1 teaspoonful, 2 teaspoonful, the spoonful quantity it can be the very well. But in case of the draught means open the container and take one time. Open a container and take one time. So very popular is the gentle की जो एक डोज आती है, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, जो कि कीड़े मारने के लिए होती है. एंड मोस्ट प्रोबली डॉक्टर एडवाइज टू द पीपल कि एक साल में हर व्यक्ति को इसको कम से कम 2 बार ले लेना चाहिए, सो दैट इट कैन टू द जो हमारे पेट के अंदर कीड़े हो जाते हैं, जो आगे चल के कहीं ना कहीं हमें प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करते हैं, तो जेंटल इज द अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट, जो आजकल टैबलेट फॉर्म में भी आ रही, बट हाईली इफेक्टिव. दिस इज द अवेलेबल इन द लिक्विड डोजेस फॉर्म. एंड ये 15 ml की, 10 ml की अवेलेबल होती है. ओपन द कंटेनर and at a time you can take it. So this is the draught, and this is the only single dosage form in the terms of the liquid known as a unit single dosage form. Dusting powder, also very popular and under the category of the cosmetic. Most of the persons, they are using the dusting powder, and this form of the medication comprise the extremely fine powder to be the dusted on the affected part. So cosmetics as well as the protection, it is the very useful. So a powder used on the skin or on the wounds, especially for the allaying irrigation or the absorbing the moisture. तो जिसमें एक नियोमाइसिन पाउडर वेरी पॉपुलर और लगभग लगभग घरों में होता है, क्योंकि इफ यू हैव सम ऑफ द कट एंड क्लोट्रेमाइजोल एडजॉर्बेंट डस्टिंग पाउडर, दिस इज अवेलेबल. जो घमौरियां हो जाती हैं उस कंडीशन में इसका बहुत लोग यूज करते हैं, एंड इट इज द आल्सो वेरी इफेक्टिव at that case. So some of the powder of the FDC, Cipla and Intas, these powder available in the market for various purposes, for the protection purposes, for the antibacterial purposes, and they can be easily absorbed through the skin, and it will be the helpful to the most of the person, and it have the some of the medicinal value. So these powder is also available for the cosmetic purposes also, and people they are the using accordingly. Now the elixirs. Elixir is the very popular category, and it is the very simple preparation. So number of time the question is asked by the during the, you can say, viva or some of the interview panel, difference between the elixirs and syrup. So elixirs are the sweetened, and syrup is also sweetened. Both are clear and color. Both are clear and color. Aromatic hydroalcoholic liquid. So the basic difference between them, ki elixirs are the hydroalcoholic, but there is the no alcohol in the syrup. So these elixirs are very popular in the dosage form. Not only the direct formulation, they also can be used and provide a pharmaceutical aid. Means elixirs also support to develop some of the dosage forms. So elixirs are hydroalcoholic, sweetened, clear, and colored aromatic solution, or you can say like a form of the elixir. So some of the products here is the given: digoxin elixir 0.05 mg per ml, and filfinagene SCL. This is the Pi Pharmaceuticals. They can be developed, and number of the other elixirs available in the market. Now, another form is the emulsion. Emulsion are the mixture of two immiscible liquid. During the schooling, this question is generally asked: ki if the two immiscible liquid is the mix, this is emulsion or not emulsion. Let us consider if we benzene and butter. If we mix the benzene and butter, both are immiscible. So they are emulsion or not emulsion. So a definition of emulsion is that कि we two immiscible liquid in which one phase is known as the dispersed phase and another phase is known as the continuous phase. But in this case, either dispersed or continuous phase, one phase is the oily phase and another phase is the aqueous. It means no aromatic compound or no any other substance. If they are, one is the category of the oil and another in the category of the aqueous form. In this condition, if they can be mixed, so it the globules of the oils, it can be converted in the small form. To stabilize these globules, need to add a third substance. So this third substance is known as the emulsifying agent. Very excellent example of the emulsion is milk, because it have the aqueous and it have some of the oil also. This is known as the ghee. So this is the one of the most stable emulsion available, or you can see it easily. So usually unpalatable. Palatable oils may be conveniently administered as emulsion dispersed in the butter. So sometimes we need for the, let us say, a liquid paraffin emulsion available in the market. So liquid paraffin emulsion means they are the oil substance. So due to that they are the oily in nature. When we administered in the body for the constipation like that, it is the highly effective. So sometime number of the oil, they have their medicinal value or the convert in the form of the medicinal value increasing with the other additive of the substance. So emulsion is the one of the very popular. We have already discussed that emulsion is the two types: oil and butter and water and oil. And number of the other category: micro emulsion, clear emulsion. They are depend upon the size of the globules like that. And if you can go study more in a systematic order, then you can come to know deep and deep so many good things. So there are the two already types of emulsion: oil and butter and oil. In every emulsion there is a one continuous phase and one is the dispersed phase. So small it can very popular. Let us consider Duolex. This is the emulsion. Liquid paraffin. This is the emulsion for constipation available in the market, and most probably persons are using accordingly. Ear drops. What is ear drops? Number of time it was observed that some of the infection, some of the complication in the ear. In the ear, only the doses form. This is known as the ear drop in the form of the solution, in the form of the suspension, in the form of the emulsion. It is given, and number of time it is the very painful because of the sometime hardened of the bags or sometimes some of the other problems. So these ear drops and ear doses form is the very important. Can we use to treat or prevent the ear infection or to help to remove the ear wax? So ear drop may be brought over the counter or prescribed by the doctor. So obviously we don't take to the self medication because nowadays some of the retail soap and some of the soaps they can be provide the medication without prescription. So we have to be the take care, and sincerely we have to the take care and take the medicine only the prescribed one. So they are typically used for the short-term treatment. It is important to administer correctly ear drop, and I have already mentioned is the available in the solution, suspension, and emulsion. So these are the clear bags, very popular, and most probably the persons taking for the clearing the bags and number of the other preparations they are available. Auto win, this is the ear drop, and number of the other ear drops available for various purposes for the infection, sometimes without any infection, for the clearing or softening of the wax. Some of the solution they can be used in the ear. Enemas. Enemas is the typically last course of the action, the treatment of constipation because of possible side effect. Sometimes due to some any reason there is the no evacuations of the bowels, difficult to the remove of the feces. It can create the problem in the stomach and it is highly painful. So hardened of the stool, that is why a need of the enemas. So enemas can be shaped to perform at home. Use shape types of the fluids and slice tools such as a home enemas kit, but most probably it was advised given to the everyone don't use without knowing the more, because under the category of this one sometimes it's the harmful and it can be also you can destroy or you can say create the another problem. Under the supervision of the doctor it can be used. It is not like a tablet or capsule or the suspension emulsion you can open, take two spoonful one tablet or one capsule like that. It is the specific kit for administered for remove of the constipation or sometimes tool is the very hardened. So drugs in the solution or in the dispense from meant for the rectal administration or called the enemas. So these are the enemas. This is the tube. This is the fleet enemas. This is the normal saline and it can be pushed through of the pump. It is the given so that it can be pushed the inside, soften the stool, and easy to the remove, or you can say evacuate. Gargles. Gargles is the very popular during the COVID-19. Even at that time, those person who never use the gargles, they have started the gargles. Because as you know that सोडियम क्लोराइड यानी कि नमक के गरारे, एक ऐसा कंसेप्ट जनरेट हुआ कि लोगों में ये विश्वास पैदा हो गया कि हमें गरारे करते रहना चाहिए, सो दैट इफ यू हैव द एनी थ्रोट इन्फेक्शन, or if any types of the virus infection or virus inside of the mouth, and it can be going to the you can say in the toward the stomach, if can be virus reach to the stomach, this is not effective. But if the COVID is to reach to the, you can say in the throat and throat to the respiratory system, so it can be create sometime very serious problem. That is why most of the peoples, they have started to work like this, so that the rapture that one. So most probably the gargle doses form nowadays very popular. So aqueous solution implied for the local action in the throat are called gargle. They may be diluted with the lukewarm water before use. So you know the betadine gargles, very popular. Most probably people are the using during the throat infection. So gargles are the concentrated clear solution used in the posterior region of mouth to prevent the throat infection, like an antiseptic, antibacterial, astringent, relief of the soreness in the mild throat infection. So this types of the problem, it can be easily resolved using the gargles. This is the container betadine. This is the product. This is the given white fluted glass bottle with plastic screw cap. Colored bottle used for the preparation with need of the protection, and number of the gargle used for the cleaning of the mouth. Even sometimes you have some pain in the teeth, some of the gargle given to you and available in the market. Labeling for external use only, and diluted with the warm lukewarm water before to use, not to swallow in a large amount. Obviously, if you are using the gargle, sometimes small quantity you not to the control, but not to the solid in the whole, and 5-10% it can be there the remaining or solid, then this is not harmful. What it is advised that don't to the solid. Storage gargles are supplied in the well closed airtight container, glass container having plastic screw cap. And here this is given is the one of the plastic. This is the container upper part. So take off the one of the, if there is no need teaspoonful, this is near about 10 ml of the size. Take 10 ml, dilute up to the 50 ml and use for the gargles. Gels. Insoluble substance. Nowadays, gels are very popular, presented as a suspension of the air, colloidal state, and hydrated form are known as the gel. So, gel is a semi-solid that can have to the property ranging from soft and weak to the hard and tough. Gels are defined as the substantial dilute cross-link system which exhibits no flow when it is steady state. So these are the gel formulation nowadays. Most probably diclofenac gel is the available in the market, and number of the other analgesic NSAID dosage form is the available in the market. Number of the antibacterial available in the market, because gels is the more stable, effective, high elegancy even nowadays. Most probably all tooth they are the converted in the form of the gel, because gel it can be easily and effective format available and the elegancy is the very high. Now the granules, and granules is the very popular, everybody is know the granules and how it can be effective. एक simple सा आपको एग्जांपल दें कि ग्रेन्यूल्स की आवश्यकता क्या है, क्यों बनाते हैं। जैसे आपने देखा होगा शक्कर, शुगर्स के क्रिस्टल आते हैं, ग्रेन्यूल्स फॉर्मेट में आते हैं, so that it can be reduce the surface area, and due to the surface area reduce, it can be less absorb the moisture, so the stability increase. In the case of the medicine form, the very fine powder, amorphous powder convert in the granule, so that it can be easily compressed, and effectiveness is the increase. So these are the free flowing dry conglomerate of the particles ranging from 1 to 5 mm in the diameter, and they having the moisture content near about to the 5 or 8% up to for the punching of the tablet and various purposes. The medicament and the excipients are the rendered to the cohesive mass with a suitable moistening agent, and the mass is passed through a sieve or required granule size in the dried that. So very popular, and most probably in the each and every house this is the available. This is the effervescent granules, and these are very popular. Urinary alkalizer, light effervescent granules, sodium bicarbonate, sodium citrate, citric acid, and tartaric acid granules. These are used in the regularly for the urinary alkalizer and also as a antacid during the acidity problem. Effervescent granules very popular. Even nowadays, some of the drug doses form granules is the available under the category is the brufen. Brufen is the also very popular, and these granules available in the market for direct relief because it can be very absorbed fast and give the action immediately. And I have already mentioned that the three criteria is very important. This is known as the patient compliance and effectiveness of the product as the earliest, because everybody want the relief at a short time. So if the short time is that they want that, so such types of the doses form we can convert accordingly. Now the inhalation are the preparation mean for the relief of the congestion of the nose, throat, and these preparation are the either volatile and inhaled directly or contain the volatile substance which can be inhaled via adding the preparation to the hot, like these are the some of the container for the kids or some for the adult, and sometime we can put of the some 1 2 drop in the water, hot water, and cover our face and take off with the breathing so that it can give the relief and relieve the congestion of the throat and nose, and very effective for the various purposes. Insufflation is the commonly known as the snuffs, also provide a medicament intimately mixed with a dusting powder to be deeply inhaled or blown into the body cavity by the insufflation. So insufflation is also important. Now the irrigation. These preparations are used as a antiseptic for the passing the urinary bladder or vagina, the solution being introduced through a soft tube. So these are the various arrangement, like even the cleaning of the ear, sometimes problem of the cleaning of the urinary bladder or the vaginal area. That is why these are the preparation used. This is known as the irrigation for the various purposes, like for the protection purposes before to need to the treatment as a infection maybe sometime take place for the cleaning of the infection, like that. Now jellies. So jellies is the one of the are the non-greasy semi-solid preparation containing a high proportion of the gelatin gum or the starch. So this is the one of the very good or the liking of the kids nowadays. Number of the vitamins convert in the form of the jelly, because kids are sometimes they are not taking of the vitamin rich material. So some of the vitamins jellies, they are multivitamin jellies available in the market, and due to the they are very tasty, they are very elegant, they are very effective, so they are very popular. Some of the photographs is the given medicated heart, the confectionery heart, these are the jellies, and pastilles are the available in the market. Lozenges, each and everybody use the lozenges because for the throat infection or for the mouth freshening, like that, because without the purpose of the medication, the lozenges is the used for the immediate relief. So the medicament sugar and gum is made into the solid form for local action, and slow release of the drug mean for the mouth and throat. So nowadays number of the medicinal value and medicament available. So these are the strepsil, very popular for the throat and cough, and it can be slightly relieve the cough and give the relief to the patient, so that it is very popular in the market. And most probably most of the peoples, they are generally using if they have any throat infection problem in the throat, sometimes they have the difficulty to the you can talk, so it can be very very effective. So number of the because it is the easy to the handle, that is why if you compare with the syrup, number of the syrups, cup syrups are available, but its stability, its application, its handling, it is the easy. That is why this type of the dosage form is very popular in the market. Now I have considered one of the special category. This is known as the parental formulation. Para plus intern means parental. Parental other than oral route is the parental. So parental formulations are the sterile preparation and very popular, containing one or more active ingredient, intended for the administration by the injection, infusion, or implantation into the body. This is known as the implant, or this implant is the sometime can be direct, they can be implant with the incision or some of the cut, or nowadays it is also available in the liquid dosage form. It can be administered through the injection, through the needle, and it can be converted in the form of the semi solid on the, you can say, the concept behind of this one is the some of the polymer they can be converted in the semi solid dosage form. So this is the very very important. They are packed in either single dosage form or multiple dosage form container. Water for the injection is used as a vehicle for aqueous injection. So these are the needle, the various route to administer the injection: intramuscular injection, subcutaneous, intravenous, intradermal. So these are the various layer of the skin where the injection is the administered through the needle, and they are very very useful size of the needle. So here this is the needle gauge, but the injection size chart is the given, and very important. So you can check over here, and there is the color coding is the fix. Let us consider if white in the color is the syringe is the available, needle available. So you can say without because there is the no any information, but color coding is the fix. So that is why you can say that this is the 27 gauge size of this needle. 25, this is the color is the slightly, here is the pinkish color, aloes color 23, blue color is the 32, violet color is the 21, and these types of the color coding. So this information is very important, and we need to come to each and everything. Here these are the parental formulations, and these are the vials. This is the vials and ampoules. These are the given is the, let is the 5% of the dextrose, normal saline. So under the category of the large volume parental and small volume parental, up to the 50 ml, this is known as the small volume parental, and up to this one, this is known as the large volume parental. So I feel that the remaining part, because this is not possible, because I know that number of the doses form which are very very important. So under this category I will take only the this one. This is the liniment lotion. It is a viscous, oily, or free flowing solution. Liniment, drug in the alcohol meant for the application to the skin, usually by the rubbing, or called liniments. So liniments are the embrocation is the medication topical preparation for the application to the skin, sometimes called the heat rub. Liniments may be butter like in a viscous, or the formulated is a lotion or a balm, and are usually rubbed, is also allowed for the penetration of the active ingredient. These are the some examples of the liniments. So remaining parts I will try my best to complete. So just I go to the brief about it. What is the completed the 2 days of this teaching marathon of the pharmaceutics one. Unit number 1, the history of the pharmacy. After the history of the pharmacy, we have taken the IPBP USP like a pharmacopoeia, and under the pharmacopoeia, after the carrier of pharmacy. This is the one of the category. After the carrier of this one, another category, fourth one, we have taken classification of the dosage form. Not only these are the important, For the point of view of the examination, this is point of view in your throughout your life. If your concept related to the dosage form is the clear, it will be the helpful to you. And I hope that these types of the dosage form, it will be the effective to all of you. So we need to know each and everything. And our another speaker of this teaching marathon, Dr. Bhupen Singh ji. So he will continue their next topic, and I hope that you can enjoy the whole of the teaching marathon, because I know that in a one packet, in a capsule format, this ISF College of Pharmacy providing the information related to the all core subject: pharmaceutics 1, human anatomy and physiology 1, and pharmaceutical analysis 1. This is the and inorganic chemistry. So all basic four core subject we are the converted in the form of the capsule. So now I request to Bhupenji, you are continuing it. So over to Dr. Bhupen.
Okay, thank you, sir.